Are you looking for variety in your raw food meals? Maybe it's getting a little boring. You need something to kind of spark your meal planning a little bit. Well, I have a couple tips that I think will definitely help you when you're trying to transition to a healthier diet. All right. So look, I understand. I get it. I go through phases. Sometimes I'm in love with, eating bananas, and sometimes it's oranges, and sometimes it's mangoes. And then things go out of season, or maybe I'm just not feeling bananas as much. So what do I do to kind of spark, my satiation for different things, right? So what I have noticed for myself, and what I think you can incorporate as well, is to implement some steamed veggies into your diet. All right. When you're steaming something, when you're steaming food, you're not losing nearly as much of the nutritional value in some of these foods. So, steaming some corn, or steaming some peas or green beans or carrots, right? They're gonna have a little bit of a burden more than eating raw, but not so much to where it's really going to be detrimental to your health. So that's a great variety, especially in the cold months, right? So that's something you could definitely implement. If you're transitioning, smoothies to me are the best possible transitional food out there, because you're getting a lot of the nutrition from the foods. And look, you don't want to blend them too long, because you don't want to lose a lot of that nutritional value, and it is isolating things a little bit. So I don't recommend, smoothies all the time, but, once in a while for a little variety kick, I definitely recommend smoothies. Just make sure you're following your food combining templates, because, that's where you start messing up digestion and fermentation and things of that nature, right? So smoothies are definitely good too. And, the last thing is just making sure that you are intertwining those leafy greens and veggie fruits with your regular fruits, because your regular fruits, you're going to get your sugar, you're going to get your sugar kick per se, the sweet kick. Sometimes you need that savory, and the leafy greens and the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the celery, peppers, those foods right there, those are going to balance things out for you. And if you have a good balance between the two, it's really going to be hard for you to kind of get sick of, eating certain things, because there's so many different fruits and there's so many different veggie fruits that you can implement and put together and have yourself some satiating meals. So I hope that helps you out. I know it can seem on the surface that, man, I'm just going to get bored of eating just fruits. That's because you're looking at fruits from a very linear viewpoint. But when you look at the entire fruit kingdom, and I'm including veggie fruits in that kingdom, there's so many different foods you can eat. And there's probably fruits and foods that you've never tried before. Try different grocery stores. Sometimes different grocery stores have different types of fruits. Obviously, from a seasonal standpoint, there'll be different things. Go to local farms. You just have to be a little bit more open to trying new things and in new avenues, right? You just have to kind of change your way of thinking to add more variety to it and experiment with stuff. That's the beauty of the fruit kingdom. There's so much to pick from. So experiment with some things. You got to get a food processor. Obviously I talked about doing smoothies. So those different things, and have fun with it. And look, if any of you guys out there have any tips, ideas, or any things you want to share that you've tried, please do it in the comments section. And us as a community, as a healthy community, we can, go to that and see if we can get some feedback from other people. But I hope this helped you out. Please let me know, give me feedback, and best feedback is to give me a thumbs up if this resonated, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can continue this channel of natural health and diet. You guys be good, everybody. Love y'all.